daily reflection and motivation prayer from inspired by Luke 11:14-23. Choose the light, standing with God every day, in this passage from Luke 11:14-23. Jesus casts out a demon from a man who was mute. The miracle restores the man's voice and amazes the crowd. But instead of celebrating the goodness of what happened, some people accuse Jesus of using evil power to drive out evil. This moment reveals something important about human nature. Sometimes, when truth appears, people resist it. Sometimes, when light shines, some prefer darkness. Jesus responds calmly and wisely. He explains that a kingdom divided against itself cannot stand. If evil were fighting against itself, it would collapse. What Jesus is doing is not the work of darkness, but the power of God, bringing freedom. Daily motivation. Not everyone will understand the good you try to do, but keep walking in the light. The power of God brings freedom. The man in the story could not speak because he was oppressed. When Jesus drives out the demon, the man immediately begins to speak. This reminds us that God's power restores what life sometimes takes away. In our daily lives, people can feel trapped by different struggles: fear and anxiety, guilt or past mistakes, addictions or bad habits, negative thinking. These struggles can silence our joy, just like the man's voice was silenced. But the message of the gospel is clear. God brings freedom. When we invite God into our lives, He begins to remove the things that hold us back. People will sometimes misjudge what is good, even after witnessing a miracle. Some people accuse Jesus of working with evil power. Why? Because when truth challenges our comfort, it can be easier to criticize than to change. This happens today too. In daily life, someone tries to live honestly and is mocked. Someone chooses kindness and is called weak. Someone follows their faith and is misunderstood. Jesus teaches us that doing what is right does not always bring immediate approval. Motivation, your faithfulness, is more important than people's opinions. A house divided cannot stand. Jesus says every kingdom divided against itself will be ruined. This statement applies not only to spiritual truths, but also to everyday life. Think about families, workplaces, and communities. When people constantly fight, mistrust each other, and compete in unhealthy ways, everything begins to break apart. But unity builds strength. In daily life, families grow stronger when they forgive each other. Teams succeed when they support each other. Communities thrive when people work together. Reflection, peace, and unity are powerful foundations for a meaningful life. There is no neutral ground. Jesus makes a strong statement: "Whoever is not with me is against me." This may sound challenging, but the meaning is important. Faith is not something passive. It requires a choice. Every day, through our actions and attitudes, we choose what we stand for. Do we choose kindness or indifference, truth or convenience, forgiveness or resentment? Even small decisions shape the direction of our lives. Daily motivation, every day, gives you another opportunity to choose goodness. Guard your heart. Jesus speaks about driving out darkness, but He also implies that the heart must remain filled with goodness. If we remove negative habits but replace them with nothing, the old patterns can return. So we must fill our lives with things that strengthen our spirit. Prayer, gratitude, kindness, wisdom from Scripture, supportive relationships. When our hearts are full of light, darkness finds less space. Living this message in daily life, Luke 11:14-23, encourages us to live intentionally. Here are simple ways to apply it every day. Start your day with prayer. Even a few minutes with God brings clarity and strength. Choose positive words. Speak encouragement instead of criticism. Be a source of peace. Where there is tension, bring calm. Stay faithful, even when misunderstood. God sees what others may not. Fill your mind with good things. Faith, hope, and love shape a strong heart. Conclusion: walk in the light. This passage reminds us that the power of God brings healing, freedom, and transformation. But it also reminds us that we must choose which side we stand on. The world often pulls us in many directions, but Jesus calls us toward a life of truth, courage, and compassion. Today, choose the path of light. Choose faith over fear. Choose kindness over anger. Choose unity over division. And remember, even when life feels confusing, God's light is always stronger than the darkness. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.